believe Nvidia will spike it next week. Michelle Connell joins us from Portia Capital Management. Michelle, this is obviously the highlight for next week. How much is pressure still on for Nvidia, or did Powell kind of take some of this off and let the rest of the market carry some weight?
I think he just passed the ball on to Nvidia. Oliver, thanks for having me. All the pressure is on this one stock, and I've even read some analysts saying that this is the most important earnings report, not of the year, but ever. And so if that isn't pressure, I don't know what is.
Seriously. At least the market's kind of brought down a little bit, right? Like in the first couple earnings, it was like that's all we had really in the first quarter, second quarter.
There's some truth to that, but we still need to keep in mind when you look at Nvidia and some of the top, like the top 5 technology holdings, they still represent 35% of the market cap of the S&P. That's a big weight, and at the very top is Nvidia.
Very true. It also now is so close to the highs that it's not like the valuation stories changed. There was an argument that our sell-off, brief as it was, to start off this month, was going to kind of clear the froth out. But how do you see it now that we've ramped up so much? Like Nvidia and its cohort, Michelle, what did those valuations look like now?
The valuation still has its bounce back, as you've said, but I want to remind people the reason why it dropped in the beginning of August is Nvidia, it was found out, I don't know that they announced it, I think it was actually someone else announced it, that their next generation AI chip, the Blackwell B200, is being pushed out several months, several meaning 3. So that's what I think we really want to look at this earnings announcement. Where are they in terms of that chip? They also have 2 other AI chips that are supposedly being rolled out by the end of the year. And it doesn't just affect Nvidia. Keep in mind that you have Google, Microsoft, and Meta. They are waiting with bated breath for these chips. Google has ordered about $10 billion of chips that they need at the beginning of the year to build out their AI capabilities. The
numbers have been huge, to your point on what we've seen from what these hyperscalers are spending. I mean, I guess to some extent our answers are in there, right? Like, shouldn't there be a general sort of floor on how bad these numbers can be? Like, I feel like the downside for just the numbers, who knows about the stock, right? Because you got valuations, you got other stuff in the background, but like financially, fundamentally, it seems like the range of outcomes skews very positively.
I would agree with you. That's definitely the case in the near term. Something I found interesting when I was doing my updated research last night is when you look at a lot of the sell-side analyst reports, no one has revenue or earnings expectations after 2025. Now, I thought when we value stocks, we take out earnings at least 5 years and we discount them back, right? Are we just going to look at 2025 for Nvidia? It's a great story. There is no doubt that the chip that I was referencing, those cost $70,000 each, Oliver. And if you're going to get a stack for your data center, that's $3 million. Yes, they're going to be printing money, but we're looking at a very short window of time. So I'd be cautious. I'm very optimistic about what they're able to do. They're 90% of the AI chip market at this point. They own it. But keep in mind, we're only looking out, 18 months?
True. I like that point. But at least we know, at least we've got some visibility. It should kind of be the anchor still for the whole group in the Mag 7, right?
I think that's the case. And so, is it onwards and upwards from here? Probably for a while. It wouldn't surprise me to see the stock go up to about $145. I also found it interesting that a lot of sell-side analysts are taking up their earnings estimates and their price targets above the earnings announcement. Now that's guts, especially with semiconductors. I don't know if that's guts. You're being brave, but we'll see if they're right.
Boy, yeah, they're kind of a week before the night of upgrades and stuff. Great take. Thanks a lot, Michelle.
Thank you, Oliver.